Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life here with Briggs and Ryan. I am Hunter. Thanks for joining us here on this Thursday. I've got this thing where I was in Tennessee a couple days ago. I've got family that lives in Texas.
Sure.
Every time the family comes up from Texas, all of us McCulloughs develop a Texas accent, a Southern accent.
Oh boy.
I've been noticing a little once in a while, I'll get like a little Tennessee Southern drawl in my voice. I was there for what, 5 days?
24 hours?
Right? Exactly. 24
Do you
hours.
care to show it off to the
Well,
viewers
it's
at home?
a little bit of like if I'll say a vowel, I'll like do like an all, you know, like a all. Coming up on today's show, and I try to get it out of me. I got to get that Minnesotan accent back, you know. I'm kind of known for that.
I can relate to that because when you're talking to someone who does have an extreme Minnesota accent, you find yourself, you know, kind of mimicking it and saying some of the words the same way.
You betcha.
It's almost borderline mocking.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to.
You got to be careful. I would like a little Hunter McCullough, like a little mixture of the northern Minnesota, mix of the southern drawl.
I should give that a shot here. Maybe that should be my new accent, personality sort of thing going on. I don't know. I kind of like it.
We could switch the show to be Southern Life for
Whoa.
There we go. Sweet teas all over the place. Sounds amazing.
We should learn from our fellow gray TV stations what it means to for Southern Life.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
We'll figure that out at a later date. We got a lot of things to figure out.
Yes.
We got a lot coming up on the show too. It is a time for one of the greatest golf tournaments on earth. It's getting underway today. We're going to be talking about the start of the Masters down in Augusta, Georgia. Speaking of southern states.
Yeah, big day for you, Ryan. I know you like watching this one.
Huge day.
Plus, we meet an adorable couple who is going viral for sharing their pregnancy journey with their neighbor all through their doorbell camera. So cute. I'm sure the neighbor just loved keeping up with that.
Yeah, a lot of fun there. And so the other day, I have to talk about this too. Speaking of more southern states, I did not expect this much southern state talk. Maybe this is Southern Life today. But my dad tagged me in a Facebook post, and he had a friend put a thing on his wall, kind of a post on his wall. And so the Facebook friend, Kelly, told my dad, was near Waco, Texas, waiting for the eclipse on Monday, and met a woman from Duluth, Minnesota. We started talking, and it turns out she is a Ryan Half fan.
No way!
So she said that Northern News Now is the best news around. So how about that for a small world?
That is so cool.
Viewers all over the nation. I think that makes us national TV.
I mean, is YouTube bigger than international? I think, you know, maybe the aliens could stream us out in space.
That's true.
It's possible. The Starlink, the internet access up there, maybe they've got it.
Maybe they got
it.
Maybe they got it. We are
Galaxy-wide.
Pitbull. We're turning to Pitbull.
Yeah, no, now we're galaxy-wide.
Oh, yeah, the
not
Milky
just
Way.
world.
Milky Way wide.
There we go.
That should be our new slogan.
I like that a lot.
It is crazy though, running into people out and about who, you know, how you have connections to back at home. When I was in London, of all places, I ran into a kid I went to high school with. Just walking the streets.
What the
heck? Post high school?
Post high school.
Oh, wow.
In college. I was there studying abroad. He was there for a totally different reason. And I was like, you look familiar.
Do I know you?
Yeah, it was so bizarre. So, small world indeed.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing.
Fish and chips and all that.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, mate. Australian.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Still south from here.
That's true, that is, yes.
British Life. British Life's our next show.
And Hunter, we didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but when you were down in Tennessee, it was the same time that country music star Morgan Wallen was arrested for allegedly throwing the chair from the rooftop bar in Nashville. You were just a block or so away? Is that right?
Literally just a block away. Oh, is that a picture of
it's the street video of the chair being thrown off a 6-story, I believe, rooftop bar.
You probably could have seen in that photo the bar that I was at. I was literally a block down towards downtown Nashville. So I didn't actually see it happen. I was in the bar at the time. Didn't hear any commotion. There's so many people on the street too. Very lucky he didn't hit anybody because it is, even on a Sunday night, packed in Nashville.
Seriously.
So I'm thankful that nobody got hurt, but wow, you got to be smarter than that. I don't know. Don't do stuff like that.
Allegedly. He was arrested.
All allegedly.
Yeah, all allegedly. But I'm glad you weren't hit.
Exactly. Yeah. I woke up the next morning. I'm like, oh, I was a block away from that happening. That was kind of crazy.
You were just a block away from Morgan Wallen in the first place. You know, let alone him throwing it off the chair off the roof, maybe. But
I should have
small vicinity.
I should have tried to get in his mugshot with him. A little photo. Maybe not.
Background is under.
I'm glad you didn't end up at the police station.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Happy
thankfully.
about that. Yeah.
Sheesh. Well, now that the eclipse is long gone, you may be wondering what to do with those eclipse glasses. To help, there are a number of organizations that will recycle or reuse them. You can drop them off by mail, or you can mail your used glasses at retailers like Warby Parker. You can also send them to Eclipse Glasses USA, which repurposes used glasses for future celestial events.
That's a good point. I know at the station we've got a ton of Eclipse glasses. and it's like, what do? We're not going to hold on for another 23 years until the next eclipse.
I might. I'm kind of a pack rat. Yeah. Never know when these might be handy again.
Save it till 2099. But the other thing too, I have 2 on my desk now. I stole from Tony Nargi, so Tony, I have to get those back to you. But you look at them now, and that just makes me mad because we missed out because of how cloudy and rainy and silly it was that day.
But you can still use them just to look at the sun normally. It's kind of cool to see the sun.
I didn't think about that.
You should try it out.
You should try that today.
Let's go outside after this. It's a beautiful day.
Or just to look at your very bright futures ahead of you.
There you go.
Briggs and I also did not know how dark they actually truly were because we were going to plan on wearing them to read the prompter, but you can't see anything.
It's literally black.
It's quite dark.
Yep.
Indeed. But speaking of weather events, weather type events, I actually had no idea this was a concern, but I learned this today on Yahoo Life. You're not supposed to shower during a thunderstorm. I did not know that. And so I came across that Yahoo Life article that said the concern is due to lightning as electricity can travel indoors through your plumbing system.
Oh my gosh.
I did not know this until now. So I wanted to see if anybody else out there was aware of this. So apparently the metal plumbing in your house and obviously the water, both very good conductors of electricity.
I never thought about that before. And luckily I don't think I've ever showered during a thunderstorm to begin with, but because I like watching the thunderstorms, so I don't think to go in the shower right during that happening, but I guess that's a thing that we got to remember now.
I have a whole new fear on that. It's been unlocked today now.
Thanks, Brian.
So the folks at home, just make sure if you see lightning outside, don't turn the water on in your house. Well, you can turn the water on.
Yeah.
Just don't shower.
Yes, don't touch the water.
Don't do that.
Got it. Oh my gosh, you learn something new every day. Well, coming up, we're looking ahead to golf, marathons, and our Summer Olympics. We're going to be right back on Northern Life.
Hello, friends. The 2024 Masters Tournament is officially underway down in Augusta, Georgia, as it is every year. Director Seth, nobody cares. People out there care, Seth. I care. Yes. Do I not matter to you, Seth?
Come on, Seth.
Golly, the people in the galaxy care about us. They care about golf. The Masters takes place at the iconic Augusta National Golf Club. All eyes, including mine, maybe not Seth's, will be on the best players in the world navigating the sport's most historic venue over those 72 holes. And while today and tomorrow's coverage is on ESPN, you can find the coverage on CBS on Northern News Now coming up this week. And I mean, my golly, we talked about the Top Friday not too long ago. The people, I wanted to meet the people on the grounds crew at Augusta. I mean, you see those images and you go, that looks like heaven on earth.
It's pristine.
Yeah.
Some very green grass.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite at all this weekend?
Tiger Woods, perhaps?
I would like to see Tiger Woods play well. I mean, was it back in 2019 when he won the Masters when people probably thought he couldn't? I remember stopping. I was on the way back up from the Twin Cities. I stopped at Black Bear Casino because I saw on my phone. Sorry, I was getting alerts on my phone. I wasn't on my phone.
Let's go that.
I was getting alerts. Hands-free. I was getting alerts for the State Patrol people watching out there. I stopped at Black Bear Casino just to watch him win it all, and it was so much fun to see him come back to the what does Jim Nantz say? The return to glory, as they put it. So I love watching golf.
Is this the one where they get the the green jacket?
The green jacket. Yeah.
Oh, that's
good
fun
knowledge.
To see. That's fun to see.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Will you be tuning in? I know Seth isn't.
I'm sure I'll tune in. I know it's on our CBS channel.
Yeah.
So I do see it periodically each year as so it is fun to watch. And I did watch a little bit of that Netflix series with the professional golfers.
Full Swing.
What was that called? Full Swing.
Yeah.
And that was entertaining. So now that I know a little bit of the backstory on some of the golfers, I'm a little more hooked.
Yeah, a little more attached. Yeah.
I think that was the whole goal of that.
Who's a lesser known golfer that you might consider voting for? What
is this, American Idol?
Texting your votes.
There's a young golfer named Akshay Bhatia who is he won the Valero Open I think last weekend. Very impressive. He's only 20-something, but he could be fun to watch in case he plays well. So keep that name on your ears open to that name.
There we go.
Very cool.
Who am I voting for this weekend? I think some people would say betting.
That's what I'm looking for. Yes, betting.
Well, as Duluth gets ready for our Grandma's Marathon this summer, the official starting line for Monday's Boston Marathon is ready to go. In Hopkinton, Massachusetts, workers have already painted the iconic yellow and blue starting line for the 128th running, of the race. I don't want to cut them short, those 8 years.
Right?
Shoot, that is a long time. The world-famous road race will feature about 30,000 participants from 129 countries and all 50 states. They're all going to be traversing the 26.2-mile course through Boston. It's the world's oldest annually run marathon, and just a incredible tradition, and one that so many runners, work so hard to qualify for it, and the qualifying times for this race are extreme.
Jeez.
I think for someone my age, unless I've aged out recently of the age group, you have to run a marathon in 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Whoa!
Which is fast.
That's pretty fast.
It is fast. Like, you're moving at that pace. So kudos to everybody who's going to be running, because that is a feat.
Would you say the top 3 marathons in the country, I forgot who I was talking to about this, would be Grandma's, Boston, and New York City? That'd be kind of the big trio.
Is Grandma's number like in that top 3?
I think Grandma's is pretty popular.
I want to say it's like the 10th or 11th biggest one in the nation. It's pretty big. And a lot of people, I recently saw someone who used to be on The Bachelor announced he's going to run Grandma's Marathon. So it gets some clout around the country, and he lives in New York, so he's coming all the way here for that.
We'll have to see if we can get him on the show.
Yeah, but I do think, I personally love Grandma's Marathon because it's so great. I think another marathon that's on my bucket list is the Walt Disney World Marathon.
No way.
Run around the parks.
Oh, that's cool.
Hang out with Mickey.
Yeah, it could be cool. And very distracting, too, because you have lots to look at.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hang out with Buzz Lightyear and Woody and all those friends. Well, let's get a huge shout out to women's basketball. New numbers show the NCAA Women's Championship game brought in more viewers than the men's game for the first time. The title matchup between South Carolina and Iowa shattered previous ratings for women college basketball. So that updated data from Nielsen reports nearly 19 million people watched Sunday's game. That number's probably a little higher than the folks who watch Northern Life, but we're gonna have to look over that data again. And it peaked over 24 million viewers during the final 15 minutes of the game. That's big time stuff. And according to ESPN, makes it the most watched women's college basketball game of all time.
Good for them for sharing this data too, because now I'm sure there are many sponsors, advertisers who maybe spent a good chunk of change to get advertising with the men's tournament, and the men's final not seeing quite as many viewers as the women's, I heard. They might not want to put their money where the eyes are. That's for sure. That's amazing.
I think it was about 4 million. They said the men's was 4 million viewers less than the women's. So
that's a big chunk.
That's a big chunk of people. 4 million is a lot. Yeah.
Hopefully that all carries on into the next season, the next few seasons.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Or the WNBA here with Caitlin Clark going to the WNBA.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's cross our fingers for that. Well, as we get ready for the Olympics in Paris this summer on NBC, an elite obstacle course racer and double world champion has set a new world record in rope climb. She conquered the climb of 361 feet at the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris on Wednesday. The 33-year-old French athlete broke the existing overall record by 65 feet. That's incredible. We do rope climbs at the gym. And I know just how hard that is. Not that tall. Nope. I go about 12 feet in the air and then I come back down.
Safely on Earth.
Yes.
Good on her. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks. On Michigan's UP, a popular species that makes a mark on the springtime is out for its early migration period. The annual migration of the blue-spotted salamanders has become a cherished tradition in the North Woods over at Northern Michigan University. A group of students is focused on collecting and studying salamander data. Around 80 students are looking at the species' migration or burrowing routine. I might need to travel to the UP to see this happen. I don't think I've ever seen a salamander, let alone this kind of salamander in my life. That's pretty darn cool.
Seth, before the show goes, Ryan, are you good?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay. But thanks for battling through sickness, by the way, the past few days. But Seth, before the show goes, Ryan, there's a lot of ranging topics in the show.
Informative, like we've always said about them. We're very informative.
Yeah, we started in the South, now we're migrating off to Michigan. We talked about golf and sports and
salamander migration.
Yep. Yeah. You get a little bit of everything.
It just kind of reminds you of like elementary school. We used to have like a nature center behind our elementary school. It's always fun, like taking with a group of kids and and hanging out and finding little creatures and whatnot.
Yeah,
that was always
good
cool
stuff.
I love projects that get you outside. Makes learning a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot more fun too. Yep. Let's go to our next topic. Out in Pasadena, California, an inside joke between neighbors has become a viral sensation, with a 2-day-old infant also becoming a TikTok star.
Wow, it's all thanks to a Ring doorbell camera and an impatient mother-to-be. We get the story from Jeannie Moose.
How do you keep up with your pregnant neighbor's pregnancy? Have her give updates on your Ring camera. Coming home, say, after a snack run, craving Milano cookies. Sydney and Trevor Melton live right above Katie Newton and her Ring camera.
It was almost like an inside joke between the three of us.
An inside joke that went massively viral. This is a cinematic masterpiece. Sydney traveled the halls of her Pasadena, California apartment complex, uttering the same 2 words until a baby daughter they proudly displayed. Kate edited the video, added music. From Pixar's Inside Out, even Pixar commented, noting the ever-so-appropriate song title, Bundle of Joy. Kate then presented the video to the new parents.
When we watched it the first time, we were just like, totally in tears and blown away, yeah.
So were commenters.
People are mostly telling Ring that they need to make this into a commercial.
Ring has been in touch, but has not offered to buy the video. For now, it's just something Sydney can tell her daughter about, maybe around her 5th birthday.
And be like, hey, you went viral after 2 days of being born. That's pretty crazy.
Bringing in a truly special delivery. Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
I love that dad at the end. It's just straight, not pregnant.
Not pregnant
so
anymore.
Cute.
What a little, bundle of joy. I think that's a nice term for it.
Yeah, going viral after just 2 days. She has a lot to live up to in her next years.
Hopefully that's not the peak. Hopefully it's not all downhill from here for the baby.
I think she's on her way up.
She's got time. I think she's got time to figure it out.
A lot of time.
She's got time to figure out her life. But too, when you hear that like Pixar music, or especially like any of that Disney music, like the beginning song and Up too, they get you. They get you in the feels.
They know how to
hit you
make
pretty
feel
good.
emotion.
I have to fast forward through that Up scene. That's too much to watch. Still ahead, we'll preview tomorrow's show.
Coming up on tomorrow's show here on Northern Life, I think for tomorrow's top 5, we're going to share the things we've always wanted to do or try, holding each other accountable for this year maybe, finally get something done for this year, 2024. 5 things, let's do it.
I think we're going to set some goals. We'll set some goals for ourselves that we want to get done, but in a way that we can, keep each other accountable or hold each other accountable.
Okay.
And Seth just said teach Ryan to read. So I think I've been doing a good job, Seth.
I think he's been doing a fantastic job.
I would, that little preview, that is something I want to do more. I want to read more. Can complete some books before the end of the year.
Right. Well, so you just need a top 4 for tomorrow then. There you go.
There you go. Put it up on the board now. But before we go today, we're happy to see all you at the home show, and we had such a lovely story about the winner for our KitchenAid mixer. It was Teresa, and apparently Teresa, who came to pick up the KitchenAid mixer already, turns out her 9-year-old son, I believe, wrote her first name down on the card, and it ended up being the winner. And so when Teresa came to pick it up, she said, thank you so much, and she's going to take the KitchenAid mixer home, and she said she's going to make her 9-year-old son some cookies in order to celebrate as a thank you for helping her to win.
Wow.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Good luck charm.
Yes. Half the work.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern